Is Bitcoin about to lose $100,000 support level? And am I going to sell all my altcoins right now? Let's jump right into it. I'm Blockchain Crusader from Real World Assets, and we're going to be diving into it in this episode here. So let's jump right into it. As you can see, guys, today was the day of the FOMC meeting, and we got another 25 basis points taken off, right? Which seems like a great thing, right? Because you would assume that automatically blast off fuel. Well, not today. Today, we've had a little bit of a pullback here, and we're going to be covering those critical levels for Bitcoin and other altcoins down below. The key thing to understand about interest rate cuts is that the lower we go, the lower the interest rates are, the higher money goes into high risk assets, right? Risk on assets become more attractive as interest rates continue to drop lower and lower, which also allows companies, entities like MicroStrategy and many others to borrow more and more money to then take that money to go play in some high risk assets, right? Like Bitcoin. In the past, high risk assets like Bitcoin have always performed well with lower interest rate cuts. So what are we expecting here? We are expecting another 2 interest rate cuts to happen into 2025, which is bullish. But like I said, today, the price wasn't so bullish, so let's jump right into what's happening with Bitcoin. But quickly, before we dive into Bitcoin, just wanted to give you a little recap here. The stock market did lose $1.5 trillion, right? Like, it's not just Bitcoin pulling down and the crypto market pulling down. The stock market also came down, right? They don't like such an aggressive lower interest rate at this point in time. And stock market starts going down, Bitcoin starts going down. It's one of these traditional vicious cycles. But let's go into Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin right now has dropped below the previous week naked point of control here, as you guys can see, which was sitting at $101,402. So right now we are within the previous week range, right? We are within the previous week range. The previous week range value area high comes up as high as $102,074. So meanwhile, we stay within here, we have a higher chance of rotating this full range to the downside. The macro gold pocket here from this low of the previous week to this high of this current week does take us down to about 99,581. That is the 618. The 6.5 is at 99,122. These are targets still on the table. Just because we're getting a little bit of a green candle, a little bit of a bounce here, does not mean that we are out of the danger zone just yet. Bitcoin can continue to retrace to this gold pocket, and if this gold pocket does not hold, the likelihood of going down to 97,179 is on the table for everybody out there. Now, how is that going to affect the altcoins, right? How is that going to affect the altcoins? Well, it's not going to be great. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be great for the altcoins, so altcoins could have a little bit of a pullback here as well. Now, if Bitcoin does begin to break above the value area high for the previous week here around the 102,000, and we start going back into this blue zone, that would be in the short term very bullish for Bitcoin. We do have targets up as high as $106,000 that have been untapped from the previous couple of days here. $106,974 is a daily naked point of control, and we have a daily pivot as well at $106,671. So this area right here is an area of interest to the upside if Bitcoin can get above this previous week range, right? That is going to be very, very critical here within the next couple of days. Whether we rotate this range to the downside or not depends how much time. The longer we spend time down here, the more likely we rotate to the downside. Now, as well, you got something to be paying attention to is the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance ever since December 7th has pretty much peaked out at the lowest level here around 54%. Since then has been rising, right? We are back into the October range here. For the Bitcoin dominance, there is a gold pocket up at 59.09% for Bitcoin dominance. The higher the dominance for Bitcoin rises, the less likelihood of an altcoin season, right? For altcoin season to really take off, we need the trifecta, which is Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs, then Bitcoin takes a chill pill, chops sideways for a little bit, and the Bitcoin dominance begins to drop. That allows altcoins to run. With Bitcoin dominance rising and Bitcoin's price dropping, we are not going to be seeing an altcoin season just yet. But like I said, 2025 is still looking very, very bullish. So am I selling all my crypto? No, I'm not selling all my crypto right now. I'm not panicking. I've been expecting these levels to come down here. I am not afraid of these support zones, right? And even if we go down to 97, it's not the end here for Bitcoin. Now, where could Ethereum and another real-world asset crypto like Mantra FOM could be heading. We're going to be covering that next year. So make sure you guys are smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get into Ethereum right now. Ethereum right here, as you guys can see, we came and tapped this level twice within this month here, right? So on the 6th, we tapped the $4,095 area, came back, got rejected, rotated all the way down here, bounced off the November value area high of 3,500, came back above here, and once again got rejected at this same level, creating a double top scenario here for Ethereum. There is a very bearish pattern to look at when you're creating an M pattern like that. Most likely we're going to be dropping down, and we have been, right? Along with Bitcoin dropping down, this is not helping Ethereum's case here at all. Ethereum is falling out of this blue zone range here, coming back towards this value area high of November. If $3,500 is lost here for Ethereum, we have two untapped levels down for the month of November. We're going to be re-entering the November range, which has not been retested. We have a naked point of control down at 3,318, and directly below that, we have at 3,268 a monthly untapped pivot. So these are going to be a critical zone here for Ethereum to come back. If we do not bounce from these areas and Bitcoin's drop continues, right, and we do not bounce from these areas here, rotating the full range of November could take us all the way down to as low as $3,000 and $3,014 for Ethereum. So be on the lookout for that. Now, how much of a pullback is that in total from where we're at today? This is a 10% drop to these critical levels, and to these levels down here is about 18%. Is that guaranteed? Are we definitely going to $3,000? No, we could definitely bounce off these areas, start finding some support and bouncing back up. Same thing as with Bitcoin, right? I am expecting Bitcoin to have a bounce here within the next couple of days or a week and push us back up towards 106. Now, we just got to play the probabilities, right? When it comes to technical analysis, everything is about probabilities. What becomes most likely depends on what's happening day to day and Bitcoin dominance. So guys, if you guys have any other altcoins you guys want covered, make sure you're dropping it down into the comment section. Let us know what other altcoins you guys want covered here. I'm Blockchain Crusader with the Real World Asset Watch List. Until next time, see ya.